Let's talk about Diddy. Let's talk about his relationship with Jay-Z and how 50 is calling him out. So 50 Cent is a troll. Okay, he's a troll. He's a troll. He makes fun of people. He talks about people, but the man is a genius. 50 acts that way because he has about just as much money as any other mogul, if not more. So let's just start out a little bit about 50 and Jay-Z. So 50 feels that Jay-Z is not a good artist. He feels that he's a better artist than Jay-Z. But then he finds out, well, that Jay-Z does a lot of shady shit to stay on top, like buys awards. Okay. I don't know how. I heard about people buying off awards. I guess you got to give a whole bunch of people gifts and money and stuff like that. I heard that Tommy Mottola bought Mariah Carey her first Grammy. I don't know how this works. I don't even know anybody. My sister's a part of the Academy, but that's for acting, not for music. Perry, have you heard that you can buy awards?
I didn't know about awards, but I should have guessed if you can buy anything else. Money is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
It's not much you can't get with money.
Yeah.
But a second life, that damn near impossible. But outside of that.
So 50 has not been liking Jay-Z for a long time because 50 says, I'm a better artist than Jay-Z. If you ask people who is what, hold on one second. I don't care for Shirley. I was just telling you. Thank you, Blessing Hot Topic. Now, girl, listen to this. Listen to this because this is crazy. Tyrone Blackmore is doing too much. He's destroying the case.
He's out of control.
Destroying the case. His style and his paperwork is really brash. Judges are grabbing their pearls. Tyrone needs to tone it down. I think Tyrone's going to be in trouble tomorrow, and I think he lost the case for Diddy. But let's go back to 50 Cent, because 50 Cent is running around town talking crazy, but is it crazy really? So he's saying that Jay-Z is a part of the Black Illuminati. Everybody heard that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And so is Diddy, and he's saying that Jay-Z is not talking to Diddy in public. He said, but behind the scenes, he's helping him every step of the way. He says there's a group of powerful men that are just surrounding Diddy. And he said, and that's not going to fly with him. He's been posting stuff like, hey, has anybody seen Diddy? I mean, has anybody seen Jay-Z? And then he says things like, well, you know, Jay-Z's just as bad as Diddy. Okay, so he's been a troll, but the stuff that he says make a lot of sense. Do you guys remember when he did this? Because he said Jay-Z was missing, and how come he wouldn't come forward and support his friend, his best friend in real life? He also posted this. This is funny. Here it is. That actually Diddy's doing an interview and calls Jay-Z his best friend. Take a listen.
Sean approved from the world of entertainment.
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay, just
they should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
Here, he said it. That's his best friend. Okay, so they're really tight. But so 50 started not liking him because he was like, how's this man getting more accolades than I'm getting? I'm the bigger selling artist. Then when he starts seeing how shady that Diddy was behind the scenes, he started not liking him a little bit more. When he heard the whole Kathy White situation, now, do you guys remember there was a girl that claims that she dated Diddy? And let me see if I can play this really quick. Here, I'll let somebody else explain it really quickly.
When this editor from Star Magazine found out that Kathy White had suddenly passed away, she was completely shocked and immediately wondered if this was not a coincidence. Sources close to Kathy were able to divulge that Kathy had gone to Jay-Z to let him know that she was considering coming forward and sharing her side of the story and her truth of what has been going on between the two of them.
So the rumors is that Jay-Z got this woman named Kathy White pregnant. When he found out she was going to do an interview with Star Magazine, she became unalive the next day. She was 27 years old, and she allegedly died of a aneurysm, but nobody could really read the autopsy. That was another thing. So Diddy was going around, no, I'm sorry, 50 was going around saying that Diddy was just as shady as Diddy. Birds of a feather flock together, and that if Diddy's gonna be outed for his horrible behavior, Jay-Z should be outed for his horrible behavior. And he said that he is just as violent as Diddy. Now, you guys remember, I would say it was back in the early 2000s when Jay-Z stabbed a producer because he was upset, and he did the same thing that Diddy's doing now. He never talked about it, kept going on with his life, doing concerts, and never bringing it up again. And then it was really weird because probably about a couple months ago, when Rivera, the guy that he allegedly stabbed, did an interview with Vlad TV, now is saying that Jay-Z never stabbed him, when Jay-Z talked about it in his book. And everybody knows that he stabbed you. What are you talking about? I want you to look at this interview that did. His name is EUM. They call him I can't remember what his real name is. He looks frightened. He looks scared. This is when he takes back his words. And now he said he doesn't know who stabbed him. And listen to Vlad. Vlad was like, but it's in the book. And he was like, I don't know who put that in the book. Just listen to him. He was nervous. Take a listen.
It's all about money.
Then comes the Jay-Z situation. So you actually knew Jay-Z before the music industry?
Yes.
In what regard?
I mean, from the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys actually done any drug business together yourselves?
We were, through my upper echelon. Yeah. It's with Brooklyn thing.
Got it. Okay. So Jay-Z is preparing for his next album, Life and Times of S. Carter, Volume 3.
Mm-hmm.
A month and a half before the album gets officially released, it gets leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Jay spoke about the situation in his book, Decoded.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when Volume 3 hit the streets more than a month before the official release date, I was totally at a loss.
Mm-hmm.
This was really too much. I was slipping out on Def Jam staff, accusing people of having something to do with the bootleg copies of The Street. I just couldn't believe how flagrant it was and how much more damaging it could be than the usual low-level bootlegging. I want to know how my shit got out. People kept giving me the same name as the source of the bootlegging. It was someone I knew, someone I never would have suspected. And he's talking about you.
Mm.
So, the night of the incident, before he actually got to Q-Tip's party, Jay had a listening event for Volume 3. He was there, Beanie Siegel was there, Emil, Memphis Bleak. He performed a few records on stage, and Dame Dash got on the microphone and was like, fuck the bootleggers. So there was already kind of an air of this kind of thing. So then Q-Tip is having his actual party for his solo album
Mm-hmm.
at the Kit Kat Club in Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
You were there. Puffy was there. Lil' Kim was there. Lil' C's was there. Busta Rhymes was there. Murder Inc. was all over the building. Supreme was actually there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where there's different versions of this story have been floating around. So you're at the party. Jay-Z comes in
Mm-hmm.
with his crew. What happens next?
I mean, what happened that night?
Yeah.
Was, he came in with, I seen everybody that you just named at the party. Regular industry. I think Jacob and Jessica threw that party for Q-Tip. So I showed up to support. Jay, bunch of us is in there. I ended up getting surrounded by a bunch of people. It was it was probably 10 knives that I knew of, and I ended up getting stabbed at the Kit Kat Club.
Was Jay-Z the one that actually stabbed you?
No, Jay-Z was not the guy.
Now let me pause right here for a minute. This man looks petrified.
Sweating
He
his
can't
ass
remember shit. Now he's saying there was 10 people with 10 knives, and he really looks like he's trembling. Perry, is that in my head?
No, he's sweating. And then he said, "Yeah, well, let's talk about that night." Okay, well, that night or that, you know what damn night he talking about? That's why you sitting there,
Oh my God.
right?
It's not funny. I don't know why I'm
No.
laughing.
Now,
Don't
either
let me forget to mention this. Go ahead, Perry. Go ahead.
it could be two things here. Like either he's just straight fearful and figure if I got stuck once, I don't want to get stuck again, or did he get paid off
He
after?
got paid off.
And now he changing it. Oh, it definitely wasn't him. And his eyes is that good. He's seen 9 or 10 knives.
It's not funny. I'm not laughing because the man is petrified out of his mind. This would go back to what 50 Cent is saying. He's saying that Jay-Z is no better than Diddy, and they do what they have to do to get done what they want done.
Mhm.
I mean, I could play more of this interview, but it's he just goes into, he doesn't know who stabbed him. It was from the back.
We've seen it now.
But
The
he
man,
looks,
he need
go
a
ahead.
towel to dry off. I mean, he's sitting there sweating.
Yeah, he really is. Look at the picture. He's sweating.
And he had to know what they was gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm,
That's the only thing he's famous for, is being the one who got shanked. Okay, but go ahead.
So let's say, I mean, we can keep listening to this. It's just a minute left. But let's say that Jay-Z did do this to him. He wrote about it in his book. And that's the crazy part. How are you going to come out now and say that didn't happen when Jay-Z said it happened?
The trick question should have been, maybe he gonna get to it, is Jay-Z lying? Then he would have freaked out.
But my question is, if Jay-Z is capable of stabbing someone in broad daylight, and then paying the man off, you write a book about it, then you pay him off, and now he's changing his story. Is he as dangerous as 50 Cent is saying? So 50 Cent is a troll, but he be telling the truth. He really does. And the only reason that 50 Cent can come out and say something like that, because I got just as money, if not more than you.
Well,
so you might threaten other people or use your money to buy other things, but I got just as much money.
and I can believe that he could be that dangerous because this man looked frightened.
He did. Let me finish playing. It's another minute. Let me finish playing it.
Actually stabbed me that night.
But Jay-Z was there when you got stabbed. Was actually in front of you when you got stabbed.
It was like, yeah, me and Jay-Z had a conversation while, right before I got hit in the head with a champagne bottle. And it was a brief conversation, and I was looking at him like, what are you talking about? And you fucking the money up right now.
Well, what did he tell you?
He just kept saying, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you're bucking right now, bro. You getting ready to fuck up everything. And, and I don't know where people got Jay-Z stabbed me from, because if anybody...
I had to stop. No one's going to make that up. Where did we get it from? The newspapers and then Jay-Z's book. How about that,
Yeah.
But you know what? This man, this grown man is frightened. And I'm laughing because you can tell he's lying. That's why I'm laughing. But they're saying that Jay-Z and P. Diddy, who claim to be best friends, are part of the Illuminati, which is just the black version. I didn't even know there was a black version. What's it called? Brule, something like that. And they've got that much power in Hollywood. And they're going around doing what they want and not being held accountable for the shit that you do.